essentially, if you want to start talking about stuff, I'll let you just go at it, and then I'll build questions off of that. If not, I can start with some stuff to just get it kicked off. You can choose on that front.
Can you just like start for right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're part of the merge now, which is, I would say, one of the biggest, stepping stones of Survivor. If you're familiar with the show and stuff like that, uh, how does it feel knowing that you had to be at so many tribals and you got here to the merge? Like, what's the thought process? Is it exciting or is it scary now, or is it a mix of both? Um, what's going on for Frankie?
Well, at first I was like really like scared because going to tribal every week made me not. I'm not gonna say it made everyone feel. It just made me feel like I'm not like that strong of like a person because I've been going to tribal every week. But like then after like yesterday, like when everyone was telling me like when you asked me the question and then everyone else like thought differently, like that made me feel like, oh yeah, like you're actually kind of like doing good if you're going to tribal every week and you're still surviving and you keep going back and you're still come back. So like it's actually like really like now going into, if I do go to tribal, I actually do feel a lot safer than going in like with my tribe.
Yeah. Um, Off of that, you feel safer now that we're in a merge. Is there people that you trust more that were a part of the swapped tribe that you weren't on, or is there a lot of trust from people that you worked with before? I know I'm in your alliance group
Hmm.
chats, and so I just want to know where you're really at with that. Who's in this game that you would say you trust the most? Obviously, trust is a fine line to walk, but
Hmm.
where are you at with people?
So there's I'm in alliance groups. I'm with everyone in Ahi from like the old Ahi, and then it's with Aiden, and then there's a group with me, Hunter, Aiden, and Scott. I'm really close with them three instead of like the other people because Wyatt's been like coming into my DMs and stuff and like lying to me, and like he made me like just feel like a type of way than everybody else did because like he was saying, oh my god, I really wish, he was like asking me to like swear on my mother to that I would keep him safe in the game and stuff, and I don't find that like necessary at all that I have to swear to keep him safe when he didn't keep me safe. He voted me and he thinks that I'm still gonna have his trust after that, and he just thought wrong and I'm not having his trust. Just
So
Hunter and Scott more,
yeah. Um,
and Aiden.
So does Aiden playing the idol for you, does that feel more like Aiden trying to build a resume in the game, or do you think part of it was protecting you because he wants to work with you? Or is it a bit of
I
both?
feel like, sorry,
I
I
was gonna
feel
say,
like,
or is it a bit of both?
oh, it's kind of like a little bit of both because he wanted to keep me safe because he knows that I'm a loyal I'm loyal to him. Like I told him I'm with him 100% all the way. But then after, when we got to the merge, he was telling me like during pre-merge that, oh my god, we're gonna get back with Scott and Hunter. We're gonna be like a great duo, like a great like group. We're gonna take people out. Now he's kind of feeling like a little bit sketchy to us because like he's wanted to work with Wyatt and Hunter, who no Wyatt and his name
Micah?
is, yeah, Micah, because they wanted to take me out with Cameron, and that's the also other reason because he didn't want Cameron in the game. So I feel like he was trying to build me a little bit more than just to make me like feel like I can trust him
Yeah.
because he really wanted to take Cameron out.
Yeah. Trust is big. Again,
Hmm.
I don't know 100% your mindset about like what I'm reading through text, but I'm doing my best to keep up on the alliances, and I'm
Yeah.
taking notes of stuff. And so, because when someone's voted out, all of their text delete, and so it's
Hmm.
harder for me to organize by taking so many screenshots. So I'm actually writing down stuff people are saying that I think is
Yeah.
important. There was something when you were in, I believe, an alliance with Scott Hunter and Aiden before the tribe swap a long time ago, and you expressed how thankful you were that they were accepting of you and wanting to work with you. I did want to ask, how, like, was that gameplay or was that honesty based off of games you played before and wanting to work with them? Was it a way to a socialization strategy? I just want to know where you actually were with that because I thought it was cool to read.
That was actually like really like honesty because the last game that I played, like I didn't have like anybody with me at all, and like it just feels like so good now that I actually want to work with me, and that are actually like true and loyal to me. So that was actually 100% honesty.
Super cool. Well, I mean, I'm happy for you that you're able to have people in this game. It's it. I always there's a lot of words that come up over and over again.
Yeah.
Confidence is one, and trust is one that we just talked about. How on a level of 100% trust, I would give this person idol and expect them to give it back to me. I would never vote for this person. Who do you trust? 100%? Who do you trust? 0%? And if neither of those are true, where are the majority of people for you in that percentage of trust? Because it's a fine line to walk in. Until you start getting to know people, you don't realize how much you can trust or not trust somebody.
So the person I trust 100% is either the person I trust 100% is either Hunter or Scott. And then the person that I least trust the most is Will, because he's literally just been lying to me this entire game, and he's just trying to like backstab me and try to like play me and stuff, and I don't find that good at all. But the other people that are in the middle is everybody else. Like I only feel 100% with two people. Like Aiden dropped a little bit, like he was at 100%, even though he did use an idol on me. Like he's still like not 100% because he told me that we're always gonna stick with Hunter and Scott, and it seems like he doesn't want to do that anymore. But like I would never vote on Hunter or Scott ever. I would never say their names ever. Even if it meant that I go home, I would not say their names.
That's a lot of trust to have. And I can tell you from playing simulation games that I built bonds where I would never write down someone's name either.
Hmm.
And I said it at the first, I don't, you were there at that first Zoom for the
Hmm.
tribes that required one or the mandatory one.
Yeah.
The strategy you had coming into this game is probably not the one that you started using, just because
Hmm.
different people have different ways of impacting you, not negatively or positively.
Yeah.
Which is just part of the fun of a game like this. Does it scare you? The two people that you trust the most have had more time together that you haven't had with them, or are you cool moving past that now the merge exists?
Well, at like when we got like the tribe swap teams, it was like because AB, Hunter, and Scott were together, and then it was just me and Hunter with everybody else that was on Wahi. Um, what's their tribe name? I keep forgetting. I don't know why.
And
Yeah, them,
yeah,
whatever. Like, and then we found out that Nikki was coming to whoever's side who lost. And so like our plan, like me and Aiden had a plan to make me look like the biggest target so he can use the idol on me, and then we can take out Cameron, and then Nikki can come to our side, so it's 3-on-3 match. But then all of a sudden he like wanted to vote out Nikki. I didn't want to vote out Nikki, but like I just had to, because then we would have went to like a revote, and then it probably would have went to rocks. Like what you were saying, it just like kind of like I feel a little bit uncomfortable because they were together and they like could have talked a lot more game than I could have with them. But like I feel like they still trust me 100% because I came back with a lot of information, and I told them all the information that I came back with. So
yeah. Um, Information is huge in this game. There's something that is always on people's minds. You were actually part of the use of an idol before. That idol was rehated, and so there's either two idols out there. Maybe someone found one. Maybe both of them are found. But how does this idea of idols affect you in the game right now with the knowledge you have? Obviously, I know that you don't have one.
yeah,
Like, where are you at with the knowledge and lack thereof?
I just feel like if it gets into like the hands of like someone that I don't trust at all, they can like use it against me, because they can like do the same exact thing with me and Aiden did to Cameron. They can like put on someone and then use the idol on them, and then I can get votes from other people. So I just hope that like when we get the new idol information, I can find it myself. So I can just like, of course, I want to find it, but I like really want to find it, because when that vote happened, like when I got everyone's vote except for Aiden's, and everyone was coming to me and telling me, "Oh, you're safe. Like you're not gonna have a vote. We're all voting out Jenna." And like I find that because I don't know why they would want to keep someone here who hasn't done anything. Like she hasn't been to like any of the competitions. She hasn't been on any of the Zooms with us or anything. And like I find that really weird. They want to keep her here, but they don't want to keep me, who would actually help their game and help them win more immunity challenges. But like I just really want to find that idol. Like after you give a clue, like I looked for the first one for like almost like 3 hours, and I like really wanted to find it, but I guess Aiden found it before me.
And well, it was used on you, which I guess it could be viewed as
Hmm.
a good thing. So I'm going to talk. You brought up this idea of wanting to keep someone like Jenna, who arguably hasn't really been involved much for whatever reasons. Everyone has
Yeah.
lives. Uh, she's voted, but she hasn't been on Zooms, and then people might want you out. Do you think that this is because of something that you did in a negative way? Do you think that you're a threat, or do you think that people want to take Jenna because maybe she's a good potential GOAT player to take? I'm not saying she is or she isn't, but
Hmm.
from your perspective, people don't want to vote her, but they want to vote you. Are you a
Hmm.
threat? Have you done something to hurt them? Or is this just random? Let's roll the dice. Oh, look, it's Frankie. Let's vote him out.
Hmm. I think it was just random because like going into that, like when we first got our truck swaps, I went to Cameron and Micah and was like, hey, like I just wanted to introduce myself and stuff. But the first thing that Wyatt did when he came to me, he was like asking me for like the idol clue and stuff from our tribe. And like he didn't even like say hi or anything. That's the first thing he asked me. And I just found that like really weird, but I didn't do anything to make myself look like a threat or anything. So I guess it was just random because Cameron, everyone was telling me Cameron wanted me out, like from the time I even like spoke to him. And they didn't even see how my gameplay was yet, like the way how I played in immunity challenge. So I don't know how I was a threat to anybody because
So
that's what everyone was saying. I was a threat.
yeah. So it was probably just random, and painting you like
Hmm.
a threat might have been a comfortable way for people to take you out. I
Yeah.
guess you won't know until the game's over and you can look back on people's
Hmm.
confessionals and stuff. But as of right now, that's what makes sense to you.
Yeah.
Now we've talked a lot about pre-merge, which I think has been pretty loaded with stuff. Only 6 people out of 16 have been out, and
Yeah.
I personally, as the host, I feel like I've gone through at least a season's worth of stuff. Um, and that was the goal. Planning was to let
Yeah.
everyone who applied get a chance to play. Uh,
Hmm.
and for those of you who have last, I mean, huge congratulations. That's like it's exciting, and there's a lot of stuff in the future
Yeah.
store. Is there a clear path moving forward as far as, I'm working with these people and we plan on voting these people? Or after every tribal, does your strategy have to change a little bit to adjust to who's left? Or is there a path that you feel like you can walk along?
There's always going to be a strategy that I have to change to like make sure like because like if I'm with Aiden and Scott and Hunter, it's gonna be and if of course with AB too because AB's on our original tribe. That's how we wanted to stay. We wanted to stay like within our original tribe if we made it to merge. And like and the other Ahi tribe, like the other people from that tribe, really just want to like take out Hunter and Scott. And like I just don't want to do that. So I want to take out Jenna or Wyatt because I can't stand him. Like I'm gonna probably tomorrow at the tribal, I'm probably gonna stand up and probably say something to him and everyone just to call him out, just so they can see what his gameplay is. But going forward, like now, I have to stay like a little bit safer because getting like votes and getting everyone's vote like made me like feel like that. I just need to like show my cards more and I have to actually play this game more than I have been. So I just want to like moving forward, I don't have a path to walk down. Like I like probably will find out the vote right before the tribal council, so I have no idea like about that question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's super fair. This is a game that some people try to play from day one, looking at day 39. This is a game
Yeah.
some people play it literally in the moment. They don't know who they're going to vote for until they write it down. Um,
Mhm.
and anything in between really works depending on the game that you're in. And sometimes that just has to switch up depending on where you're at. You have
Yeah.
been to a lot of tribals, you have participated in a lot of challenges, you've received votes, and you've been working with probably, I think you and Aiden have interacted with the majority of the people,
Yeah.
uh, you know, in the game. So there's 2 people that you have not worked with, which are Macy and Xander, I believe, are the 2 people that you have not been on a team with until merge.
Yeah.
Uh, have you interacted with them at all? Are they people that you've approached or that have approached you about strategy or just getting to know you at all?
No, I haven't talked to them yet
Is that
about
something
it.
that you feel like is a potential, or are you okay sticking with the people you've already talked to and just not worrying too much about Xander and Macy? And the reason I ask is because everyone knows that there's this thing called jury management. There's a jury
Hmm.
at the end of the game that votes for the winner. Do you think that having communication with everybody is important, or do you need to focus on the game more and less about every single person who you're with?
Well, definitely both of those. Like, there's like definitely like you definitely have to talk to everybody in this game because if like you vote those people out and they go to jury, you have to like make sure like there's a reason why they're gonna vote you and like why they should vote you. So like I'm probably not gonna talk to them right now because I don't really want to talk in the Ahi tribe and in the Ahi like chat yet with all of them. I just want to stay with Scott and Hunter and just talk to them more. So that's like basically it. I'll probably talk to them like later on.
Yeah. Um, well, I'm going to move back. I had another question about it builds off trust, and also I was getting there with the original idol conversation. If you were to get an idol, is that something that you would share with people? Is that something that you feel like would be good trust building, or do you keep it to yourself? Because an idol is a curse and a blessing all in one. It can
Hmm.
protect you and paint a target. It's a very delicate balance act, having a hidden immunity idol. What would you do if you were to find one? And how would you go about that, especially now that we're in the merge?
I would definitely. We made like a deal, me, Scott, Hunter, and Aiden, that tell each other if we ever found an idol. So I would definitely tell them three, and I would keep it a secret to everybody else. I would not tell anyone else except for them. And I would probably, if I did have it, and if I knew one of my teammates were gonna go home, I would definitely probably use it on them to make sure that like, because I want to definitely have more numbers on my side than the other side does. But like right now, it's not looking that good. So
Yeah. Um, those are that's all true. I've played simulations before, and idols are so like they're tricky
yeah.
because they can build trust, they can hurt you, and it's just something you have to play in the moment.
Hmm.
And it's also something you want to make sure that an idol you have is used to make you look better at the jury.
Yeah.
And that kind of brings me to a question. Now that we're in the merge, you got past that first step of the game, which is the merge.
Hmm.
The next step is the jury. The next step is the final three. I mean, winning the game is the end ultimate goal. Bethany's joining, by the way, is the ultimate goal. If you had to look at everybody left in the game, disregarding emotions towards these people, what would your ideal final three look like? Obviously, you being in there, that would make you feel most comfortable in this game.
I would definitely want to go to Final Three with Wyatt because I know that I could definitely beat him because his game, like after tomorrow, after everyone finds out how his actual gameplay is going to be, I feel like people are not going to like want to trust him anymore because he's been to Scott. He went to Scott. He went to Aiden. He went to Hunter, telling them, "Oh my God, I really want to work with you." That's what he did to me. And now we found out, like we followed like his path because that's what he's doing. He's going to everyone who talks to you and telling them he wants to work with them. And Aiden doesn't know. Wyatt doesn't know that I'm working with Scott and Aiden and Hunter. So of course, I told Scott and Hunter about the Ahi tribe thing that they have, and that that they too are not in it with Abe. Abe's not in it either. But like the other person I probably want to sit next to is either definitely I want to sit next to Scott probably because if it's definitely not me who's winning, I definitely want someone else to win that with the entire time.
That makes sense. Real quick, we'll welcome Bethany. You don't know the questions we've asked, but if you want to throw one out, I can let you know if it's something that has already been talked about. Um, Perfect. Uh, we can keep on rolling on. And then, Frankie, if any time you want to start just talking about something, I'm here to listen and branch questions off of that. It's kind of like an
Okay.
informal one-on-one tribal council-esque how it's situated. Um, looking forward, you have this idea of who you trust, who you realize other people might not trust, and you're trying to structure your game so obviously you can win. And we
Yeah.
talked about this earlier that you're playing each day, day by day, but you're also looking two moves ahead, and you're also looking toward the end.
Hmm.
So it's a huge balancing act where you're juggling and your eyes are closed. It's not an easy thing to do because Survivor is about winning challenges and it's about socialization, and it's all strategy you have to build. What's the ideal situation that you want to be in 2 days, in 3 days? Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be with, and who would you like to see eliminated from the game in like a day or two?
I definitely want to. Definitely want to see either Jenna or Wyatt definitely go home because their gameplay is like, I like from me, their gameplay is not good at all. Because like I definitely know more about Jenna than I did before we went into the tribal swap, and I definitely know a lot more about Wyatt now because him coming to me and like play and trying to actually play me and trying to get me backstabbed was not good at not like I didn't like that at all. So I definitely want to see them two gone. And I definitely just want to stick with the people that I'm with right now. Because then if I try to make like new alliances, I don't know if they have like other alliances with them. So like it'll be like it would feel like weird because like I wouldn't know about their game, but I already know that Scott and Hunter are definitely not with anybody else because they were Hunter told me about the vote that I got he got 3 votes and you guys had to go to like a tie. So I definitely know that Hunter and Scott were definitely not on the top. So I know that, and I wasn't on the top either at the Wahi tribe. So I definitely know that I can definitely work with them, and they didn't have any other alliances going on.
Are you concerned in any way that the two original tribes, like the original Ahi and the original Y, are you concerned that those alliances may still be completely intact and that they might have the numbers over you guys if they just pulled over 1 or 2 people?
Yeah, they have. I definitely know they definitely have the numbers because they have an alliance group chat already, and they put me and Aiden in there, and they have. I think they have. I don't know how much they have. They have Mika. I forgot who's on that tribe, but I forgot how many people they have. But I definitely know they have more than we do, including because I don't know what Aiden's doing anymore. And I don't know if Aiden's with us or Aiden's with them. So it's like really hard to understand. But I don't know, like moving forward.
Well, we're cutting down on time. I think the next one we want to start around 10:45. It's for Hunter. He just said take your time if we need it, but
Okay.
I can finish up one more question for you. It kind of is it's similar to one I just asked a few minutes ago, but it's the one I've been asking everyone at the end. I asked what the ideal situation in a couple of days would look like. Before you leave, now that we're in the merge and tomorrow's the first merge challenge, what is the most efficient path for you to make it past tomorrow?
Well, I think it would just be to stick with the people that I've always been with for the entire game and just vote with them and just see how the vote goes.
All right. Short and sweet. Do you have anything else you'd like to say? And we'd love to make time to talk about it. If not, we can be good and we can end it for the night. I've really enjoyed this, and I know Bethany hasn't been here that long, but I think has. I hope you
I'm
enjoy.
okay.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Frankie. And thank you also for playing this season. I'm excited to see what this entire merge can do. I'm happy that when we reached out to you, you were able to participate, and you haven't ceased to, or you haven't failed to entertain, or other way around. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. But thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.